Hello, and welcome to the first Yamaha Digital Saxophone how-to video. In this video, we're going to talk about the parts of the instrument and how they work. If you already play saxophone, a lot of this will sound familiar to you. But there's a few crucial differences versus an acoustic horn that we will also cover. Let's start by taking a look at the different parts of the YDS-150. At the top, we have the mouthpiece, reed, and ligature, the internal speaker where the sound will come out of, all of the different keys, and at the bottom, a brass bell with a drainage tube on the inside. Naturally, our breath has moisture, so this drainage tube helps prevent moisture from gathering inside the instrument. Turning the instrument to its left side, we have the USB micro B port, headphones jack, and auxiliary or aux-in jack. On the back side, we have an LED screen surrounded by function and other control buttons, the left-hand thumb rest with 2 additional keys, the battery cover, the neck strap ring, the right-hand thumb hook, and finally, the analog controller. If you're new to playing an instrument, don't let all of these intimidate you. You'll be surprised how easy it is to get started. We'll also go over all of these in more detail in future videos. Let's get ready to play. Your back should be straight, look directly in front of you, and try to be as relaxed as possible. This position should feel comfortable and natural. Now, attach your neck strap. Next, adjust its height so that the tip of the mouthpiece comes to your lips without having to change your posture. Place your left thumb on the upper thumb rest, your right thumb on the lower thumb hook, and gently curl your fingers around to the brown touch pieces. Your index, middle, and ring finger on each hand should be on the keys with the brown touch pieces. This posture and hand position is identical to that of an acoustic saxophone. On an acoustic saxophone, the mouthpiece and reed are where the sound originates. On the digital saxophone, the mouthpiece acts as an airway to the breath sensor. Even though the reed doesn't actually produce the sound on the YDS, it is still important to assemble correctly and to use a proper embouchure. Embouchure refers to the way your mouth is applied to the mouthpiece. First, make sure the tip of the reed is either level to or just below the tip of the mouthpiece. Then secure it in place with the ligature. The ligature should be snug enough that it does not move. Your top teeth will go on the top of the mouthpiece, approximately ½ an inch from the tip, while your bottom lip will make a cushion over your bottom teeth and placed against the reed. Bring the corners of your mouth to touch the side of the mouthpiece. This should closely resemble the shape of your mouth when saying "oh" and create an airtight seal around the mouthpiece. No biting is necessary, but your bottom lip should be somewhat firm. A large benefit of the YDS-150 is that your embouchure does not directly affect the breath sensor. This means you don't have to be an experienced player to sound like one. But learning the proper embouchure on the digital saxophone will be helpful if you intend to pick up an acoustic saxophone in the future. If you're taking a break from playing, there are 2 safe options to put your instrument down. The first option would be to place the YDS on a flat and sturdy surface with the keys facing down. This helps prevent the chances of the instrument rolling and ensures that no single key receives a damaging amount of pressure. The second option would be to use a commercially available trumpet stand. Yes, you heard me right, a trumpet stand, placed on a flat and sturdy surface. Never stand the instrument up on its own bell, or attempt to lean the instrument against a wall. Every time you are finished playing, it is advised to remove the ligature, reed, and mouthpiece to thoroughly dry all pieces. Remove the mouthpiece with a twisting motion. Never try to yank the mouthpiece straight off of the neck. Using a mouthpiece swab or other soft cloth like microfiber, dry all surfaces of these 3 pieces, taking care not to damage the delicate tip of the reed or mouthpiece. Using a similar soft cloth, wipe the bell and keys clear of any excess moisture. A cotton swab can be used to gently remove any moisture that may have gathered in the neck. Never attempt to flush out or run any product through the inside of the instrument, and never use alcohol or any other cleaning solution. Doing so can cause damage to the electrical components and/or the plastic pieces. Always store the YDS in the case with all keys open and no loose pieces in the case that could cause damage. The mouthpiece end of the instrument should be on the padded right end of the case with the headphone jack and other ports facing upward. Accessories should be stored in the interior pocket. Be sure that the zipper and flap are completely closed and both buckles are securely fastened. Here are some things not to do with your YDS-150. Do not expose your instrument to extreme temperatures. For example, don't leave your instrument in the trunk of a car. Do not store any materials made of plastic, vinyl, or rubber with your YDS, as these materials can react with the plastic and cause discoloring over time. Because the neck uses O-rings, do not use cork grease. Though other mouthpieces may fit, it is recommended to use the supplied mouthpiece since it is guaranteed to fit properly and not cause damage. Before you can turn on your YDS-150, it needs power, and there are 2 ways you can get it. Option 1 is to use 4 AAA batteries. When your batteries are running low, the power LED lamp will start to flash. Keep a close eye on this if you are performing using batteries. Option 2 is to use the USB micro B port to connect to a computer, USB power adapter, or a mobile battery. Now that you have power, press the power button and watch for the red LED light to indicate that the YDS is turned on. When you are done playing, press and hold the power button for 1 second to switch to standby mode. It is recommended to unplug any battery packs or other equipment whenever your digital saxophone is not in use. Adjusting the volume is as simple as using the plus and minus volume buttons. The same goes for choosing one of the 73 preset voices with the up and down arrows. Once you've picked a voice, there's even more you can adjust from there. My favorite to adjust is the breath pressure resistance to increase sensitivity. While holding down function, press the high E key. The owner's manual refers to the high E key as C3. Use the voice arrows to change the levels and release the function button when finished. The same process is used to adjust other settings like key response and tuning, but using different shortcuts. Refer to the owner's manual to see those shortcuts. With the Bluetooth function, you'll be able to pair to a smart device and play along with your favorite songs or background tracks. First, you will need to turn on Bluetooth by holding the function button and pressing the low E flat key. Switch this to on and release function. Now, hold function while pressing the low C key. You should see B dash dash, meaning it is ready to pair. Press the up arrow to begin pairing. The screen should change to B-P. Keep holding function and choose YDS audio from your smart device. Once the pairing is complete, the Bluetooth LED should change from flashing to a solid orange color. With headphones plugged in, you can now play along with your favorite songs. To disable Bluetooth, hold function, press the low E flat key, and change to off. Okay, you're ready to use the YDS-150 and most of its features. Setup is quick and simple, whether you're on the go or just jamming with your friends. In this video, we're going to connect to the YDS controller app and learn how to use some of its features. Once you've installed the app onto your smartphone, Power on your YDS and make sure your Bluetooth on both your phone and YDS is turned on. That can be done by holding Function, pressing the low E-flat key, and using the voice arrows to turn switch to on. Now, open the app to the Connect tab and choose YDS-150 MIDI. If you don't see your device listed in the app, you can search for YDS-150 MIDI in your smartphone's Bluetooth settings. Now that you're connected, let's take a look at the Settings tab. Remember how in the last video I mentioned there are key shortcuts to make changes? On this page, you can make all of those adjustments without having to know those shortcuts. Tuning, key response, auto power off, reverb type, and breath pressure resistance can all be changed from the same page and are immediately applied to your instrument. On the Fingering tab, you will see all of the preloaded fingerings that match how you would play these notes on an acoustic saxophone. One cool thing about this page is that if you finger the note on the YDS, the page will automatically scroll to that note, so you can quickly find and change how that note is fingered. You can also add new fingerings by clicking the plus button in the bottom right corner of the screen, selecting which keys, and assigning a note. By catering the fingerings to a specific piece that you're playing, or simply adding alternative fingerings that work better for you, this is a great way to personalize how you play the Yamaha Digital Saxophone. Last but not least is the Voice tab. Here's where you can fully customize up to 20 user voices. Let's walk through how to create one. Okay, let's customize user preset number 1. For this preset, I am going to choose tenor sax as the voice group. After choosing the voice group, I will choose tenor sax 5 rock as my bass sound. I want my volume all the way up, but I can play softer if I need to by controlling my breath pressure. Next, we will add a distortion 1 effect. Let's put overdrive at 100 and output level at 20. Now, choose what you want your analog controller to do. I like using pitch bends and keeping the range at 1. Don't forget to save your new custom sound to the YDS by pressing the button at the top right corner of the screen. This voice will now be saved directly to your digital saxophone. Now you are all set to use the Yamaha YDS controller app. It's super simple to make this instrument completely unique to you. Remember, always refer to the owner's manual for more details. Also, check out the apps manual found in the Settings tab. Now get out there and make music yours.